get obsessed with watching shows on Disney Plus, or you're trading stock on Robinhood, you were probably really frustrated for hours yesterday, maybe even still this morning. So what on earth is going on here? Amazon Web Services, also known as AWS, experienced a massive service outage yesterday, and major websites and apps across the country were affected. So we're talking from Netflix to Venmo and even United Airlines. Customers could not access the site to watch movies or make transactions. Even Amazon's own applications that employees and sellers use to coordinate package deliveries went down, leading to shipment delays all over the country. In a statement to Newsy, AWS spokesperson said that the team was working to resolve the issue as quickly as possible. Now, some businesses are still down this morning, so for a deeper look at the outage and what you need to know should it happen again, we're joined by senior retail reporter for Business Insider, Anya Kane. Anya, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Rush. So the cause of this outage is still a mystery this morning, and I just mentioned a few, United Airlines, Netflix. Give us a sense about how dominant Amazon Web Services is in our daily lives.
Absolutely. And thanks for having me. So yes, this outage is definitely an indicator that the web is reliant on Amazon. All these different companies rely on Amazon AWS for their daily operations. And that means that when Amazon goes down, so does a lot of these sites, and it really affects people's, not only their online deliveries, but their ability to watch shows, their ability to buy tickets for different events. I mean, it's such a massive thing. Although I will say we're starting to get clues about what happened here. This morning, my colleagues Eugene Kim and Catherine Long reported from leaked memos that there was some sort of massive traffic surge. At least that's what Amazon is internally blaming. And they're not exactly sure where that came from, but basically it caused a lot of congestion across a number of network devices in Northern Virginia, which is Amazon's biggest region. So we're starting to piece together the clues of what happened, but the exact cause is still forthcoming.
Very interesting. So most people logged on yesterday, whether it was Disney Plus or Delta Airlines, and naturally blamed those companies for the service failures. So what does a situation like this do to a company's reputation with its customers? Because I know if I have an issue and I repeatedly have an issue, and it may not even be their fault, but I'm going to say, you know what? I got to cut this service off.
That is a great point. Yeah, it can be something definitely that's not the company's fault and still be a huge headache for consumers, right, that they're going to remember. And I think even worse that this is the holiday season. So when you're trying to get your presents in or whatnot, or trying to do something on one of these sites, that's a huge headache. I mean, you mentioned Disney Plus, kids tuning in. If your kids are upset because they can't watch their show, that might stick in your mind. I think that in terms of a brand reputation, this is not necessarily going to be like a disaster for any one of these brands, including Amazon, because I think people understand that things happen. But if something like this were to become a habit, then I think people would certainly be pretty upset in terms of their brand reputation. That would be certainly a pretty massive dent. I think we'll have a better sense of how often this will happen or what could happen going forward once we know the source of this, right? Obviously, people are pretty freaked out whenever something is sort of a privacy issue or a leak. So if this is some sort of web attack, I think that could end up having more of an impact on their reputation than if it's just some sort of glitch or traffic surge that they couldn't anticipate.
And usually those traffic surges don't last this long. I mean, from yesterday, some even still this morning. So what is the likelihood that we will see an outage like this of this magnitude again?
That is such a good question, right? Because, we don't typically see something going on for this long. And I think not only are consumers wondering that, but actually employees as well. I talked to some Amazon warehouse worker the other day, and they were telling me they were bored stiff and they were just kind of standing around waiting for the day to start again. And it was, they were just basically stuck at work with nothing to do for hours. And I think without knowing what the cause was, it's really hard to say going forward whether this could happen again or to this degree. And that's, I think, what makes it scary, because the web is so reliant on Amazon. Consumers are so reliant on Amazon. So when we don't know what's happening, it's could this happen again?
No, I can't not go to Amazon every single day. Anya Kane, senior retail reporter for Insider. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.